Have you ever wondered what would happen if your favorite movie star suddenly had to become a real-life hero? I mean, not just on the big screen, but in the streets you walk every single day. Because that's exactly what happened to me. My name's Keanu, and though you know me as the guy with a gun in John Wick or dodging bullets in The Matrix, I need you to hear this. This isn't a script. This isn't a role. This is the truth. Hook. What you're about to hear will shock you forever. It all started one night in Los Angeles. I just wrapped another film shoot, tired, drained, wishing for silence. Hollywood lights were burning, cameras flashing, the same old chaos. But then, above the palm trees and neon signs, I noticed something wrong. The sky wasn't dark. It was pulsing, almost breathing, glowing like a wound ripped open in space. Hook. When the sky bleeds, nothing human feels safe anymore. At first, I thought maybe I was hallucinating. Too much coffee, too little sleep. But then the ground shook. A deep hum rattled through my bones. Not an earthquake, not thunder, something else entirely. People screamed, cars stalled, alarms blared. I looked up, and there it was, a ship, massive, black, alive. Not metal, not mechanical, breathing, organic. A predator above the city. Hook. You'll never forget what I saw that night. It didn't just hover, it moved like it was searching. And when it released its first beam of light, I swear I felt the air split apart. Buildings cracked, glass shattered, flames roared. People scattered like ants, but no one could escape. I wanted to run. I really did. But something stopped me. Some instinct. A voice deep inside. Keanu, if you don't stand up now, no one will. Hook. The hardest choice I ever made began right there. I ran toward the chaos. My bodyguard screamed after me, but I couldn't stop. Somewhere between the fear and adrenaline, I realized this wasn't about me anymore. This wasn't about fame, movies, or red carpets. It was about survival. And somehow, for reasons I didn't yet understand, the world expected me to lead. Hook. Imagine being chosen when you never asked for it. The first alien I saw wasn't what Hollywood had ever shown. No slimy green men, no silver suits. This thing unfolded from the beam like liquid shadow. Its skin shimmered, shifting colors as if it couldn't decide what it wanted to be. Its eyes, if you could call them eyes, burned like molten fire. People froze at the sight, paralyzed with terror. But for some reason, I moved forward. Hook. Sometimes courage is just fear moving in disguise. I grabbed a metal pipe from the wreckage. My hands shook. I'm not John Wick. I'm not Neo. I'm just Keanu. But when that alien turned its burning gaze on me, I swung with every ounce of strength I had. The sound it made, like metal tearing through bone, echoed across the street. The creature staggered, shrieked, then collapsed. And suddenly, everyone was looking at me like I'd just done the impossible. Hook. When a crowd sees hope, it changes everything. The ship above roared, angry. More beams dropped. More creatures emerged. I couldn't take them all, not with a pipe. But then, from the wreck of a nearby military truck, I spotted something. Experimental gear, half-burned, half intact. A rifle unlike anything I'd ever seen. Sleek, pulsing, glowing blue. My hands wrapped around it like it was waiting for me all along. Hook. The weapon wasn't human, and neither was its power. When I pulled the trigger, the world lit up. The blast was silent, yet louder than any explosion. The alien in front of me disintegrated into shards of light, screaming without a sound. My chest pounded. My arms shook. But in that moment, the crowd behind me roared, because Keanu Reeves wasn't acting anymore. He was fighting. Hook. That was the instant everything changed for Earth. I turned to the survivors. Run, I shouted. Find shelter. But some didn't move. Some stood beside me, emboldened, clutching rocks, pipes, anything they could find. Strangers became soldiers in seconds. I realized something terrifying. This wasn't just an invasion. It was a war. And somehow, I'd just become the first commander. Leadership isn't chosen, it's forced upon you in fire. The ship shifted again, almost noticing me. The hum deepened, vibrating the air, rattling bones. Then I heard it. Not with my ears, but in my head. A voice, cold and endless. You are the one we feared. The actor. The deceiver. The chosen mistake. My blood froze. They knew me. They'd been watching. Maybe for years. When your enemies know your name, the fight gets personal. And then, the second wave began. The second wave hit harder than I imagined. The ship above cracked open wider, spilling creatures like black fire into the sky. They fell in dozens, maybe hundreds, slamming into the streets, tearing through concrete, crushing cars beneath their weight. Los Angeles turned into a battlefield in seconds. Hook. Cities fall faster than hearts can comprehend. I steadied the alien rifle, my chest pounding. The weapon hummed, alive in my hands. I fired again. Blue light sliced the air, ripping through one of the creatures mid-leap. It shattered into sparks, but 3 more took its place. Every time one died, the sky bled more of them. Sometimes victory feels like drowning deeper in defeat. Screams rose from every corner. Families ran with children, dogs barked wildly, police fired useless bullets. The aliens didn't even flinch from lead. Only this rifle worked, and somehow it had chosen me. I knew I couldn't protect everyone, not alone. But I also knew running wasn't an option. The second you run, the world ends behind you. I shouted to the people around me. Form a line. Stay behind me. My voice didn't sound like mine. It sounded commanding, sharper, more desperate. Strangers obeyed. They threw rocks, swung bats, stabbed with broken glass. Useless maybe, but it bought seconds. And in war, seconds mean survival. Courage multiplies when fear has no place left to hide. Then, something stranger happened. One of the aliens stopped moving toward us. It froze, tilted its head, and stared right at me. Its eyes flickered like flames in the wind. Then I heard the voice again, drilling into my skull. We warned them of you. The actor. The false warrior. The human mistake. My knees buckled. When an enemy speaks your name, the world spins darker. I fired, shattering it into smoke, but my heart raced. How did they know me? Was this invasion random, or planned around me? Questions clawed my brain, but survival screamed louder. Another wave surged. I blasted until my hands went numb. The rifle overheated, glowing red, forcing me to drop it for a second. When your only weapon burns, desperation eats your soul alive. That's when I saw him, a soldier crawling out of a flipped Humvee. His arm was shredded, but in his other hand, he clutched a radio. I ran, dodging debris, pulling him out. He gasped, blood pouring, but managed to rasp, "You, Keanu? Thank God. You're the one." His words rattled me more than the invasion. Strangers believing in you feels heavier than bullets. He shoved the radio into my hand. "Base was waiting for you." Before I could answer, his eyes glazed over. "Gone." I swallowed rage, pressing the button. Static roared, then a voice. "Unit 7, respond. Is Reeves with you?" "Repeat. Has Reeves engaged?" My jaw dropped. They expected me. The government knew. When truth cracks open, lies scatter like broken glass. I shouted into the radio. "This is Keanu. I don't know what the hell is happening, but I'm here, and I'm fighting." Silence. Then, "Stay alive. Extraction en route. Hold position." My fist clenched. Extraction? From this hell? Could they even reach me? The sky was crawling with ships. But hope was gasoline to fire. Hope in chaos feels like breathing lightning. More aliens closed in. The rifle cooled, humming again. I grabbed it, unloading blast after blast. Bodies fell, shrieking like tearing metal. Smoke choked the air. Flames painted the night orange. And through the carnage, I felt something strange, clarity. Every move, every shot, every breath felt scripted. Not by Hollywood, by fate. When destiny writes your lines, there's no room for mistakes. But then disaster. A massive alien unlike the rest slammed into the street. Twice as tall, armored, its skin rippling with molten light. It roared, shaking glass from buildings. The crowd screamed, scattering. I froze. My rifle shook. This wasn't one of the soldiers. It was a commander. And its eyes burned straight into mine. When monsters notice you, nightmares become real. I fired. The blast ricocheted off its armor. Useless. I fired again. Nothing. Panic surged. My hands trembled. The creature raised a clawed arm, swinging at me like a wrecking ball. I dove, barely escaping as concrete shattered behind me. Dust filled my lungs. I wasn't enough. Not against this. The moment you realize you can die changes everything. Then, a sound split the sky. Helicopters. Dozens. Searchlights pierced smoke. Rockets fired, slamming into the commander. The beast staggered but didn't fall. From one chopper, ropes dropped. Soldiers descended, guns blazing. A voice roared over loudspeakers. "Reeves, we've got your back." For the first time all night, I didn't feel alone. Salvation feels louder than war itself. But the alien commander wasn't done. It leapt, smashing one helicopter in half. Flames burst. Screams echoed. And as it turned back to me, snarling, I realized the government hadn't come to save Los Angeles. They'd come for me. The alien commander towered above me, molten veins glowing beneath its armored skin. Every step it took cracked the pavement like fragile glass. Soldiers opened fire, unleashing rockets, machine guns, grenades. Nothing worked. Bullets ricocheted. Explosions only made it angrier. I gripped the alien rifle tighter, praying it would respond differently. Sometimes prayers are the only bullets left in your soul. The creature's gaze locked on me. It wasn't random. It knew me. Somehow, this war had my name carved into its center. The commander roared, hurling a car aside as if it weighed nothing. It landed burning against a building, sending debris raining down. People screamed, scattering. My knees wanted to buckle, but something inside refused. When terror holds you down, defiance can still lift you up. I fired the rifle. The blast hit the beast's chest, but instead of breaking it, the light was absorbed. Its armor glowed brighter, feeding on my attack. My stomach twisted. I was making it stronger. Fall back, I shouted at the soldiers, but some didn't move fast enough. One swipe of the monster's arm tore through 3 men. Nothing destroys hope faster than watching it bleed beside you. Helicopters circled, dropping missiles, but the commander leapt, smashing one in midair. Fire rained from the sky. The blast knocked me off my feet, the rifle skidding across asphalt. My head rang, vision blurred. Through the haze, I saw the commander striding toward me. Every instinct screamed to crawl, to hide, to surrender. Surrender whispers loudest when death breathes against your neck. But then, the rifle pulsed. Even lying yards away, it glowed, humming like it recognized me. My body moved before my mind caught up. I scrambled, diving through broken glass, snatching it just as the commander's claw came down. The street split, but I rolled free, lifting the rifle again. Sometimes survival is just a heartbeat faster than doom. This time, the weapon shifted. Its core turned crimson, symbols spiraling across its frame. My hands burned, but I held on. I fired again. The blast wasn't blue anymore. It was red, jagged, unstable. It hit the commander, and for the first time, the beast staggered back. Its roar split the air, shaking windows for blocks. When giants stumble, humanity dares to rise again. The soldiers cheered, but I didn't. I knew it wasn't over. The commander raised its arms, summoning something from the ship above. Beams of light rained down, not creatures this time, machines. Drones shaped like blades, spinning, slicing through the air. They cut down soldiers before they even screamed. Blood painted the street. My stomach lurched, rage boiling hotter. Rage is the fire that burns fear into ash. I fired wildly, blasting drones out of the sky. Sparks rained, metal shrieked. But there were too many. They swarmed, surrounding me. One sliced my arm, blood spraying. Pain flared, but I bit it down. Then I heard the voice again, echoing in my skull. You are not warrior. You are actor. You are lie. My teeth clenched. The deadliest battles are fought inside your head. I screamed back. Maybe I'm an actor, but tonight, I'm writing my own damn script. I fired again, tearing through drones, each blast rattling my bones. The rifle felt like it was feeding off my fury, responding to my defiance. More drones fell. More screams faded. For the first time, the battlefield didn't feel hopeless. Defiance is a weapon sharper than any blade. But the commander wasn't finished. It slammed its fists into the ground. A shockwave exploded outward, flinging soldiers and vehicles aside. I was thrown into a wall, the rifle nearly tearing from my grip. My lungs burned, ribs screamed. But I forced myself up, bleeding, broken, but standing. Because if I fell, so did everyone else. Leadership means standing when every bone begs you to stay down. The commander advanced again, molten eyes blazing. I raised the rifle, but before I could fire, another explosion ripped the night. A missile, larger than any before, struck the commander dead center. It staggered, screeched. From above, a massive stealth aircraft descended, sleek and black, unlike any human design I'd seen. My jaw dropped. Sometimes allies arrive wearing shadows you don't recognize. The aircraft hovered, cannons glowing. A voice boomed from speakers. Reeves, hold your ground. You're not alone anymore. The commander roared, leaping at the ship, but its cannons unleashed a barrage of blinding light. The alien staggered, wounded, its armor cracking. For the first time, it looked mortal. I raised the rifle, channeling every ounce of strength left, and fired. When monsters bleed, heroes are born in fire. The combined blast ripped through the commander's chest. It shrieked, collapsing, molten light spilling like rivers. The ground shook as its body crashed. Silence followed, broken only by crackling flames. Soldiers gasped. Survivors sobbed. I stood over the smoking corpse, chest heaving. For a moment, I thought we'd won. But then, the ship above shifted again. Victory tastes bitter when the sky promises more death. The stealth aircraft lowered a hatch. Soldiers motioned for me to board. My body ached, but I climbed, gripping the rifle like my lifeline. As the hatch closed, I looked out one last time at the burning streets of Los Angeles. My city was gone. My world was breaking. But deep down, I knew this was only the beginning. Inside the stealth aircraft, silence pressed heavier than the smoke outside. Soldiers stared at me like I wasn't flesh and blood, but prophecy made real. My arm bled, ribs screamed, but their eyes burned with faith. I didn't ask for it. I never wanted this. Yet here I was, bleeding with destiny in my hands. Sometimes the heaviest crown is forged in fire and fear. The pilot shouted, "We're heading to Base Echo." But before I could ask, alarms blared. The alien mothership above shifted, releasing tendrils of light that whipped toward us. Cannons on the aircraft fired, cutting them apart, but the ship was alive, angry, relentless. My grip on the alien rifle tightened. Somehow, I knew this wasn't over, not even close. Survival tastes sour when the storm still swallows the sky. A soldier pressed a headset to me. "Command wants you." Static crackled, then a voice. "Reeves, we've been monitoring you." The weapon responded, just like we theorized. My stomach twisted. Theorized? They knew. They planned this. "What the hell did you do to me?" I snapped. Silence. Then, "You're not random. You're chosen." My heart pounded. When truth bleeds out, it burns more than any wound. I wanted to scream, demand answers, but outside, the mothership loomed larger. Its core pulsed, opening like a black sun. Beams of light tore through the night, incinerating blocks of the city. Millions gone in seconds. My throat closed. We weren't winning. We weren't even surviving. Unless I did something impossible. Unless I became something more. Impossible choices carved the bones of every true hero. The alien rifle pulsed, symbols shifting across its frame. It was alive, waiting. I touched it, and a flood of visions seared my skull. Stars. Worlds. Battles older than humanity. The weapon wasn't human. It was stolen. A relic from another war. And it wasn't just a gun, it was a key. My veins burned as light surged into me. When weapons choose you, destiny rewrites your very blood. I gasped, collapsing, but soldiers dragged me upright. "Reeves, stay with us." But I wasn't with them anymore. I was somewhere else, inside the mothership's mind. A voice thundered, endless. "You are fracture. You are error. You are final threat." I roared back. "I'm just a man." But even as I said it, I knew it wasn't true anymore. Sometimes lies you tell yourself break louder than truth. The pilot screamed, "We're hit." The ship shook, alarms shrieking. We were falling, spiraling toward the city's ruins. I grabbed the rifle, its light stabilizing in my hands. For a heartbeat, I understood. If I could get close enough to the mothership's core, the rifle could end it. But it would cost everything. Maybe even me. Sacrifice whispers loudest when escape feels inches away. We crashed hard, metal shrieking. Soldiers scrambled, injured, but alive. Flames licked the wreckage. The mothership loomed overhead, tendrils reaching. I rose, broken but standing. The rifle glowed white-hot, almost screaming. My chest ached with knowledge. It was time. "Stay back," I told them. "This is mine." My voice cracked, but no one argued. When warriors walk alone, the world holds its breath. I sprinted through rubble, weaving past falling debris, every breath fire in my lungs. The mothership's tendril lashed down, missing by inches. I dove, rolled, fired upward. The blast carved a path through the organic metal, opening a wound. I charged straight into it. Darkness swallowed me. The world outside vanished. I was inside the beast. Stepping into the unknown means burning the map behind you. The walls pulsed, alive, dripping with light like blood. Alien whispers clawed my skull. You cannot win. You are lie. You are actor. I gritted teeth. Yeah, I'm an actor. But I know one thing. Actors can change endings. The rifle flared, guiding me through twisting corridors. At the center, I saw it, the core. A black star, pulsing, alive. Every war ends where the heart of darkness beats. I raised the rifle, but the voice screamed, "You will burn with us." My hands trembled. The weapon wanted me to merge, to give everything. My life for Earth's. The core roared, tendrils striking, but the rifle absorbed each hit, its light cracking my skin. Pain shredded me. Every nerve fire. I thought of the people, the screams, the faith in their eyes. Sometimes the only answer left is surrender to sacrifice. I screamed, pulling the trigger. The blast wasn't light, it was everything. A star exploding through my chest. The core shattered, imploding. The ship wailed, collapsing inward. Darkness tore apart, folding, vanishing. And then, silence. When I opened my eyes, I was on the street again. Rubble everywhere. Survivors staring. The mothership was gone. Only ashes remained. The rifle, shattered in my hands, dissolved into dust. Soldiers approached wide-eyed. One whispered, "You did it." I shook my head. "No, we did." My voice cracked, but it was true. Heroes are never won. They are everyone who refuses to quit. The world was safe, for now. But I knew this wasn't the end. Somewhere out there, more were watching. More would come. And maybe one day, Earth would need me again. Keanu Reeves. Actor. Fighter. Human. Whatever I had become, I was ready. Because this wasn't a role. This was life. And it was mine to protect.